entire state election machinery, the Chief Secretary, the DGP, all the enforcement agencies. We had detailed interactions with all the political parties, and we also met the youth, the icons, and the future of Kerala who are going to vote in these coming elections. I also appreciate the Literacy Club, young boys and girls who we met outside before coming. I also acknowledge the hard work done by our booth level officers for successfully completing the special intensive revision of Kerala. I also thank the Assistant Electoral Registration Officers, the EROs, and above all, the Chief Electoral Officer, Dr. Ratan U. Kelkar, and his entire team for making Kerala proud in the entire country. Democracy is not new to Kerala. In fact, Kerala has taught democracy to many parts of the country and the world. There were Nattukutams here more than 1,000 years back, which laid the foundation of collective decision making. Kerala also made the first code of conduct way back in 1960, which was later on adopted by the Election Commission of India in consultation with all the political parties, which we today call as Model Code of Conduct. Kerala has also been a pioneer by having the first pilot of electronic voting machines way back in 1982, Paravur Assembly constituency. With this strong foundation, all political parties of Kerala, the entire election machinery of Kerala, and all the senior officers of the government of Kerala, the Kerala police, all of them ഒരേ ശബ്ദത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, കേരളത്തിൽ വരാൻ പോകുന്ന ഇലക്ഷൻസ് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ മാത്രമല്ല ലോകത്തിന് മാതൃക ആയിരിക്കും. ഈ ചെറിയ വാക്കത്തോടെ ഞാനിട്ടെ ഈ പ്രസംഗം തീർക്കുന്നു. I will give you a PPT with this last line. चुनाव का पर्व, केरलम का गर्व. And I hope all the electors of Kerala would come out and give votes to their choicest of candidates. Kerala has 140 assembly constituencies, out of which there are 124 general, 14 reserved for scheduled caste, and 2 scheduled tribe constituencies. And the last day of the current assembly is on 23rd May 2026. Pure electoral rolls are bedrock of democracy. The special intensive revision which was undertaken recently had a single and a very clear objective. And the objective was that no eligible voter is to be excluded, while at the same time no ineligible person should be included. If you see the snapshot of SIR, today we have 2,69,53,644 electors in Kerala, which is more than the entire continent of Australia, plus Norway, plus Costa Rica. We have more than 30,471 polling stations, with 5,000 new polling stations being added this year. 100% webcasting will be there in all polling stations. The Commission had taken a decision so that we can give more facility to the electors. There shall not be more than 1,200 electors in any booth. There will be women-managed polling booths, which are 397, and there will be more than 790 model polling stations. We have roughly 2.43 lakhs Divyang brothers and sisters. In Kerala, we have more than 2 lakhs senior citizens whose age is above 85 years, and they will have an optional voting at their home if they so desire. And we have more than 1,571 electors who are more than 100 years of age. In order to ensure that the young voters, Adayade Kerala Tinte Bhavi, they participate in this festival of democracy in a big way, there will be dedicated assistant electoral registration officers for campaigning in the colleges. And the number of young voters from 18 to 90 years is at 4.24 lakhs today. And nearly 45 lakh voters are between 20 to 29 years of age. For the ease of voting and making the voting experience at the polling stations one of the memorable ones for senior citizens and their Divyang brothers and sisters, the polling stations will be on the ground floor. There will be ramps with proper gradients. There will be volunteers with wheelchairs. The elderly and the Divyang brothers and sisters will have priority in voting, and they can also avail facility through Saksham module under ECI net or optional home voting facility. There will be assured minimum facilities for each and every polling station, considering the temperatures. The drinking water shall be there, the toilets, the signages, the ramps, the wheelchairs, the help desks, the voter facilitation center with sufficient lighting and adequate sheds. The Election Commission of India has taken a series of initiatives. Few of them I am mentioning here. In order to facilitate people to carry their mobile phones till the gate of the polling station, the door of the polling station, there will be mobile deposit facility just outside the door of the polling station. In order to enable the electors to select the candidate of their choice without any doubt, the colored photographs of the candidates will be there on the electronic voting machines for the first time in Kerala. No booth will have more than 1,200 electors. The candidate's booth will be nearer. They can come up to 100 meters of the polling station. And the voter information slip will be distributed to each elector by our booth level officers. And as an invitation, we hope that each one of them will come with a clear depiction of the booth number so that there is no confusion. As all of you are aware, earlier Election Commission had more than 40 different applications. They have been put together in one software, which is called as ECI net, and you can see it from your mobile. All information, whether it is for the elector or for the political party or the candidate or their affidavits or their details or the counting or the polling percentages shall be available on your mobile. Each and every booth will have 100% webcasting facility to ensure transparency and proper monitoring. The presiding officer of each and every polling station will be inputting the data of voter turnout so that there is no delay. Near to real time, actual voting turnout percentages shall be available by the evening, every 2 hoursly actually. Our booth level officers were given standard identity cards so that electors have no problem in identifying them, and the enumerations were also enhanced, remunerations. This is the ECI Net app, and through all my media friends, I will request each and every elector of Kerala to download this application and enjoy the experience of the elections which are going to be in Kerala. During the conduct of elections also, we have taken many new initiatives. One of them is, in order to avoid any kind of pressures on the returning officers, the postal ballots shall be counted 2 rounds before the EVMs are counted. All data relating to elections by way of index cards shall be available within 72 hours of counting. The mandatory counting of VVPAT shall be taken place in case the Form 17C, which is given to the polling agents at every booth at close of the poll, does not match with the EVM. And even after the counting, if any losing candidate wants, after paying the prescribed fee, he can undertake checking of the EVM and counting of the VVPATs. Election is one of the biggest exercises, and elections in India are the biggest in the world. In order to achieve full transparency and implementation of law, the Election Commission of India has started giving aggressive, proactive training to the booth-level agents, booth-level officers, EROs, DEOs, police officials, and all people who are involved in the panorama of elections. In order to penetrate with the range and depth required for interaction and engagement with all the stakeholders, within last 12 months, more than 4,716 all-party meetings have been undertaken in all assembly constituencies of the country. More than 28,000 political party representatives have participated. Not only that, the Election Commission itself has invited all the national and state political parties to have a dialogue with the Commission at Nirvachan Southern New Delhi. You all will be happy to note that considering the size of elections which are held in India and the transparency and efficiency with which they are held, India today chairs the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, which has 36 countries in it. India also held an international conference recently, wherein which we had 70 countries who had participated, and we shared about Indian elections, and many of them are very keen to follow the SIR process or the EVM or the technology or the ECI Net. This is a photograph of all the 70 countries who had participated recently in Delhi. With regards to the ensuing elections in Kerala, elections in Kerala shall be held like any other state or union territory, strictly as per the constitution, law, and instructions issued by the Election Commission of India. The rule of law shall be enforced strictly, without fear or favor. Polling stations will have a festive look, welcoming each and every elector for a pleasant voting experience. And the training to the election staff shall be given by the concerned senior officers themselves. The enforcement agencies, which are 24 in number, right from income tax to forest to excise to customs, every agency has been directed to ensure that the coming elections in Kerala are free from inducement, cash, liquor, narcotics, contraband. The district collectors, the commissioner of police, the superintendent of police, the IGs, the DIGs, all have been given clear instructions to act with complete impartiality and ensure voter comfort, proper queue management, placing benches in the queues, and optional voting facilities for our elders. All the central observers which will be coming to observe the Kerala elections, the details will be made public for any complaint, and the fake news, etc. on social media will be monitored very strictly. Thank you. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll begin with the question and answer session. We shall be taking questions in the groups of 5. So 5 people may ask the question in the first set, and then the Honorable Chief Election Commissioner shall be answering these questions, and then we move on to the next set of questions. So before you ask your question, kindly introduce yourself and also tell the organization from where you belong to. And I'll also request you to kindly restrict yourself to one question at a time and not ask multiple questions. We can begin with you. Give the mic to madam.
Good afternoon, I'm Sudha from the Times of India. I would like to know, when are you going to announce the date?
I didn't get it.
When are you going to announce the date?
Okay.
Hello, I'm Sudhi from The Hindu. I want to ask you about the arrangements that you are going to be put in place for controlling the hate speeches or the violations of MCMs. I'm asking this particularly because the Commission was under criticism for going soft on certain statements made by people in power and targeting the opposition political parties.
Anup from Manorama News. I just want to know that still our political parties have some concerns regarding the SIR. In Kerala, all political parties mentioned that nearly 9 lakh people are out of the electoral roll. So they have confusion and they have some kind of fear regarding this SIR process.
Political parties, they are also demanding you should publish excluded voters list of SIR.
So I'll take the answer.
Yes.
When will the elections take place in Kerala shall be decided by the Commission. We have reviewed the preparedness, and as and when we decide, we will come back and let you know. With regards to Model Code of Conduct violations, there is an app which is called as C-Vigil as part of ECI Net. So I would request all the political parties or even any elector or any citizen or even our media personnel if there is any complaint regarding violation of Model Code of Conduct, you should be able to post at C-Vigil. The normal turnaround time for action is 100 minutes. So therefore, if a complaint is registered on C-Vigil, action is assured within 100 minutes. Rather than narratives, it will be better to put these complaints on C-Vigils. With regards to SIR in Kerala, it has been done wonderfully after initial training which was required for our booth level officers and our AEROs and EROs. Even today, till the date of notification of elections, if any illegible person is left out, can fill Form 6, the declaration form and the requisite documents so that his name can be included. If any wrong name or ineligible name has entered in the electoral roll, a complaint or objection can be filed through Form 7 and that name after proper inquiry shall be deleted. Similarly, if somebody's booth is little far or some other booth is nearby or he has changed the constituency from one to another, he can fill Form 8. So all these three options are open right now till the date of notification. With regards to the excluded list, at all stages, the Election Commission, our collectors here, CEO here have been fully transparent. Once the draft list was prepared, the electors who were absent, shifted, dead, or were duplicate, this list was given to all political parties. Even before the draft list was given, this list was shared with each and every booth level agents of all political parties. Not only that, once the draft list came out, the people who could not map it with themselves or their parents, or there were logical discrepancies, such list was also shared with each and every political party. Now, the final electoral roll has also been shared with all the political party and their booth level agents. So the SIR process has been one of the most transparent exercises to ensure that only electors who are eligible under Article 326 of the Indian Constitution are in the electoral rolls. And the eligibility includes 18 years plus of age, citizenship of India, and you should be an ordinary resident of that booth area within that constituency. Thank you. We can take the second round.
During our interactions with the political parties, have any specific concerns been raised about the conduct of elections? Have they actually put out very specific demands or concerns?
I think this is the last question I take.
60
there
lakh
is one more,
voters.
is it?
Can I? 60 lakh voters excluded in West Bengal. Our Home Minister Amit Shah saying they will be excluded from the state nation. So the question is, what is the real intention of the entire process?
Hi, sir. As this is an era of artificial intelligence, all kind of fake contents will be there
Can you
during
raise
the
your
election.
hand? I'm not able to see you.
Yeah,
Oh,
as this
okay.
is an era of artificial intelligence,
Okay.
all kind of fake contents will be available during the election process or period. How can the election commission can curtail it? Thank you.
Sir? So all the political parties, when we met them, they had given us suggestions and we discussed with them in detail. But end of the day, all political parties have assured the Election Commission that the coming elections in Kerala are going to be not only free, fair, transparent, efficient, but also model for the country and the world. With regards to West Bengal, the SIR is proceeding in accordance with the Constitution and orders of the Honorable Supreme Court. With regards to the artificial intelligence, of course, the technology is galloping very fast, and so is the Election Commission also. So any fake news which you are able to see, because the media, I think, comes to know of it first, they are the most, I would say, efficient and dynamic people on internet and social media. If you come across any such fake news, you kindly and please post it on Sea Vigil so that action is taken against it. Yes, misinformation is a challenge. But I must also tell you that electors of Kerala are much, much more beyond it. So these things, I'm sure, will not be able to influence elections or their choices. With these little words, I think wish you all the best. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you all for joining us. We look